In this video, first of all, the colors, I know the color's really different. I'm trying to figure things out with the camera here, okay? Trying to get that natural skin tone. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 self-help books. You can call them self-help books, but they're really not labeled as such. That have helped me in my journey to become a stronger person, overcome certain roadblocks when talking about anxiety and depression, and books that have given me a real perspective of what it means to be healthy, what it means to be present, and what it means to feel alive. So these 3 books, I highly recommend them. Nobody is paying me to recommend these books. Let's get that clear, okay? I just want to share what I've read with you and what has helped me, okay? So when I show you these books, maybe go on Amazon, read some reviews, read, I don't know, just do the research. They're not expensive. Go to your public, that's what you can do. Go to your public library and get them for free. That's the best thing to do. Or go to a used bookstore. I'm sure that's where I got 2 of these books, was at a used bookstore. So, here we go. 3 self-help books I highly recommend for depression and anxiety and life in general, let's say, okay? Here we go. Number 1, let me pick it up. Which one do I want to start with? Let's start with one I've already shown you before. No cuts in this video. Fuck cuts. I try to do as little cuts as possible because this is better practice for actually speaking in public. You can't speak in public, mess up, and then kind of like go boop and edit your way backwards and forwards. No. This is better practice. So, are you ready for this? Remember this book? Mentioned this in a previous video, and actually I've quoted in a few other videos. Viktor Frankl. It's called Man's Search for Meaning. I've read this maybe 3 times, and it gets better and better. Every single quote in this book, every single line could be some miraculous quote that you could see online and see in people's Instagram posts. This whole book is full of meaning, full of purpose. So the story behind it is Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist, and he was put into the concentration camps back in World War II in Auschwitz concentration camp in Poland. Now, what he discovered there was that there is meaning in suffering. And you can imagine in these concentration camps, when you're surrounded by death, when you're surrounded by hopelessness and suffering, he found meaning in suffering. Man's search for meaning. He found his purpose. And the whole book is filled with it. That while you are suffering, you are learning, you are growing stronger as an individual. And I just completely recommend this book. It has changed my life, not only because you see what people went through in these concentration camps and, in the world wars. It's actually astounding how people survive these things. But not only that, it's more of how much he suffered and how he was able to take a step more like not outside of reality. He actually stepped forward into reality, into these concentration camps, and looked pain and suffering in the eye and found meaning in that, and found some strange positive light that came out of these camps. It's an incredible book. I highly recommend it. Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, here we go, baby. Number 2, one of my favorites. I'm going to read a quote from this. It is by Jon Kabat-Zinn. If you know anything about mindfulness or the history of meditation, coming into, people think this Jon Kabat guy, he's really what brought mindfulness into the Western world. It's incredible. This book is called Wherever You Go, There You Are. It's about mindfulness meditation, how to live mindfully, how to be in the present moment. And I know that's, if you're watching this video, I guarantee you've thought about that, and that maybe was even your 2016 goal, your resolution. I just want to be more in the moment. I hear people say that all the time. I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always thinking of the past. I'm always anxious about the future. I just want to be in the now. And it's so easy to say, but god damn, if you've tried it, it's hard. It is very difficult to do that. This book is a step towards that goal. I highly recommend this book, okay? Wherever You Go, There You Are by Jon Kabat-Zinn. What's great about this is he talks about a mindfulness technique or a story, some kind of metaphor, some kind of parable about mindfulness. And then there's a section in the book, after every chapter it says try. And he gives you an exercise that you can try. It's something tangible, something you can do right there while you're reading. To come closer to that sense of the present moment, to become closer with this notion of mindfulness. It's so powerful. I'm just going to read you a quote. I have the whole book is highlighted because everything, just like A Man's Search for Meaning, it's all gold. It's all gold. So simply dwell in stillness and mindfulness, attending to moment unfolding of the present, adding nothing, subtracting nothing, affirming that, quote, this is it. Remember that video I did a while ago? And I said, this is it? A little trick for staying in the moment is just tell yourself, no, I'm not 20 minutes from now. I'm not 20 minutes before. This is it. This moment right here. That's all there is. And you tell yourself those 3 words. This is it. Let me see if I can find you another quote. How about meditation means cultivating a non-judging attitude towards what comes up in the mind, come what may. That's the ultimate mindfulness definition right there, and meditation definition. It's not about blocking out thoughts. It's not about having a mind with no thought. It's about when thoughts come in, you notice them, you don't judge them, and you let them leave. But what happens with us, we see a thought, we analyze it, we say, what are you? Where did you come from? Oh, you're attached to that thought? Well, where did that come from? Oh, that was 20 minutes ago. That was an hour ago? Okay, well, let me go into that thought, see where that came from, so I can see where the thought before it came from. You see what I'm saying? Meditation is the non-judging of thought. Non-judging attitude towards what comes up in the mind, come what may. Without it, you are not practicing meditation. Oh wow, this is so good. Okay, back to the video. Wherever you go, there you are. The title explains the damn book. Ooh. Okay? Go get it. Go get it. Now, last but not least, okay? This last book is a part of a series. I'm going to show you 2 because I own 2. I don't have the 3rd yet. You may have heard of this. I want to show you 2 books. All right, let's get back in focus here. Thank you, technology. Okay, ready? Don't sweat the small stuff. Guys, these books are incredible. There's one chapter. So we have a book, a set of 3. One is, this first one, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. There is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff for Teens. And then there's a 3rd book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff at Work. Have yet to pick that one up, but let me talk about these 2 books for a second. All right, the author is Richard Carlson. He's a PhD. He's a stress management worker, works with all types of clients trying to reduce their stress in day-to-day life, whether it be work, family, teenagers, adults, it doesn't matter. This guy does it all. When I went through a breakup years and years ago, there was one chapter that was like, so every chapter is about a page and a half. So for this, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, he goes over 100 topics, 100 things that we may sweat, worry about in day-to-day life that cause us stress, that cause us anxiety, that make us sad and disappointed and depressed. This one book, when I was going through a breakup, one chapter made me feel so much better. I read one chapter, one page, and this guy, he helped me just make sense of things, and things just clicked for me. So what happens in this, and it's similar to Jon Kabat-Zinn's Wherever You Go, There You Are, it's when he has a story, or he has some lessons in here, and then he gives you something to try. It's great. It's so great. If I could find the chapter, I know I'm not cutting, but I might cut. Come on, come on. No, I don't know. Don't throw up on your friends. Ask a trusted friend or family member, what are my weaknesses? Become a teenage warrior. Avoid the 90-10 trap. Experience perfect imperfection. Go the extra mile. Let people talk. Reflect on the map. Be wary of friends who encourage you to dwell. Remain optimistic. Every chapter rings with truth, rings with motivation and optimism. I love these books. So again, it's Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. For teens, I know the majority of the audience here watching, come on, focus, baby, watching these videos are teenagers. Teenagers, if you're embarrassed to go to a bookstore and buy, go into the self-help section and buy one of these, I don't blame you. That's okay. There's ways around that. It's called Amazon. It's called your public library. But in all reality, who gives a shit what you're buying? Fuck the cashier. Go get what you need. Go get what you want. So, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. We have Wherever You Go, There You Are by Jon Kabat-Zinn. And we have Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. Okay? 3 self-help books. Highly recommend them. Go get them. If you have, last but not least here, if you have a book that has helped you tremendously, that you recommend, please comment. Please put them in the description. And because I'm looking for new books all the time. I love reading fiction, nonfiction. It doesn't matter. If there's a book, if there's a fantasy story that's inspired you to become a better person, that's helped you in your life, put in the comments. Put your top 3 self-help books in the comments. Put 1 book in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. So, hope that helped. Top 3 self-help books. Those have literally changed my life for the better, okay? They have. Being completely honest. Again, I'm not getting paid from those authors. They should be paying me. God damn. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay strong. Keep being you. Comment, subscribe. Love you.